everyone, welcome to Maybe. I'm May, and I'm going to be giving a rating for Wicked, the second part. For good. Wicked for good. Anyway, so as you all know, the story of Wicked is basically the Wicked Witch of the West story. So it's with Elphaba. So basically, there's this place called Oz, and it's a magical place. Animals can talk, beautiful places. It's China, people made of China, not China, people made of China. And then Munchkinland, I think that's a really, really nice place. And then there's this girl named Elphaba who is actually green. So everybody's like, what? Anyway, so she's like the daughter of the governor of Munchkinland, and she follows her sister to school to take care of her because she's disabled. And but the principal finds out that she's got magic, so she's like, no, you're gonna be my pupil. Which really upsets one of the girls called Galinda. She's like the rich, popular, nice girl whose dream was to basically learn magic and be magical and great. But she wasn't because she's not magical. But anyway, so they have like a rivalry, but they become best friends. And then finally, Alphaba gets chosen to go meet the wizard. But when she does, she finds out the truth. Which Oz is a fraud. He's a human who ended up in their world, but he used to be a magician, so he knows all the tricks and things like that. And she actually has magic, and they want to use her. And she was like no. And she finds out that they were the reason for why the animals couldn't stop talking and acting more like all these things happening. Anyway, so this one, the second part is about her fight to try and expose Oz and end the suffering that's happening with the animals and everything. So I've gone to the theater a couple of times. I did find that in the musical, like in the theater, the first part is great, and then the second part I could have done without, because it kind of gets slow, and you're like, what the first part is like really fun and everything. I found that in this case, I prefer the second movie. Pacing is better and everything, but like the story just kept moving. Well, there were some parts of the first one that was like, kind of slow. So it was really quite interesting, which became the opposite. So I really quite like this one. Anyway, so I have my ratings. Obviously, there's like white flag, green flag, red flag, yellow flag, red flag, and black flag or no flag. So that usually means like white is pure relationship, green is great, yellow is redeemable, red is bad, black you're gonna die, and NA for no relationship. In this case, it's kind of weird because it's like, so Nessa and whatever the kid's name is, the Munchkin one, their relationship is just like a red flag there. Maybe black. Yeah, probably. She's kind of like enslaves him. So yeah, and he can't get away. So yeah, probably black. Anyway, and then the difficult part is the relationship between the two main characters because it's the same guy. The problem with Galinda is because the Firo is not really into her. So I feel like it's kind of like a yellow flag because they're not. She's in love with him, but he's not. But he just keeps going because like, well, what else are you gonna do? And but the relationship with Elphaba and him, I don't know because that's something. I think it's gonna be a green flag. Yeah. Anyway. So anyway, let's go with the meeting. So I have 10 categories: directing, which is an average between cinematography, flow, pace, and editing; plot or original soundtrack; emotional impact; characters; character development; acting; chemistry; the theme; and ending. The theme is like if they have a logo or some symbols or something. So anyway, so directing came to a 7.6 because the cinematography brought it down. And I'm not saying that it's bad because it was really amazing. But the thing is, I really felt like it needed more contrast between the when Glinda is there and it's all like bright and happy. When Elphaba comes in, I feel like it needed to be darker at some of the points. It needed to like give that image of evil. It was all around really bright as a movie. It was all, and I'm like, this isn't like happy themes. Like even when Munchkinland was getting taken over, things like that, it was all nice and sunny and bright. And you're like, I needed to be a little bit like showing that there's angst in it. So I really felt like that one was missing. Hence why I did that. Anyway, so plot, I put an 8. Again, it's a good plot. I really liked it. Original soundtrack, I give it a 9. I still think I don't really need that wizard song. Why is it there? Anyway, it wasn't needed, but whatever. But in general, everything else is fantastic. The Elphaba, she's amazing. I remember when my sister first went, and she was like, "Oh, Cynthia," and I so bad at names. So this girl, and I was like, "No, I don't." And she's like, "Yeah, you do." And I'm like, "Oh." What did she do? And she was like, The Greatest Showman, there was that one black woman with the bald head, and I'm like, yeah, obviously, like there were two people that really stood out from the back out of all the groups that were singing and everything. It was the girl with the white hair and her. Like those two were like you couldn't take your eyes off of them, and I was like, yeah, obviously I know them. So again, she was like, she's that one. I'm like, oh, okay, so she's gonna be great, and I knew it. She was, so really quite happy with that. It was great casting. So obviously, Ariana Grande like really wanted to do it. Anyway, so emotional impact, I put a 9. I cried. And of course, it kind of ruined it in the cinema because my sister and I were like crying out there. And then this guy was sitting in front of us, a little old man that he had gone shopping a lot, and he said that, and he was snoring throughout the emotional part. Come on. So anyway, 9. Characters, again, I put it an 8. I think they're really, really great characters. Character development, I put a 9 because you really see the difference. Galinda finally stepped up and be like, no, this is wrong. Let's do something about it. Elphaba goes through a lot of like angst and everything until finally this is the decision she makes. Fiero was always fighting with himself on the fact that he didn't take the leap with her until he did. He was like, "That's it, I'm doing it," and it's even some of the monkey guy who was like, "Okay, well now we're just going to fight against this guy," as well. So and then Oz that was like, "Oh my God, that was my daughter the whole time." So it's. Spoiler alert, sorry. But yeah, so it was a lot. So I really think they did well. Acting, I put a 9. I really loved it. And so it was great. Theme, I put like, because I think Galinda's theme is mostly like anything that has like crown or her wand, obviously, and the way that she dresses itself is just the theme that she goes with. Well, Alphaba's got the broom and the hat, and that hat was like everywhere, even at the end. Oh, so it was very well placed. So I put that on 8 because it was very well done. And as for the ending, I put down a 7. Not for anything, but the thing is, when I was at the cinema and, we had the beautiful song that Ariana Grande sings, Galinda, and at the very end, it's like, at the end, and then you get the credits with this slow song, and I'm like, no, I didn't need the slow song. I think it just gave the wrong mood. What I needed it was like, her ending with this beautiful song, and then the chorus going, "No one mourns the wicked" again, and having that song as the beginning credit, that would have been more impactful. Like I needed that. Like no one wants a wicked right at the end, and you're like, oh damn, like that would have been. And instead it didn't. So I'm like, yeah, I needed it. Dang it. Anyway, so that was the reason why I put like that for the ending. So the total comes to an 81.6. You divide it by 10 categories, and you get 8.16, which rounds up to 8.2. So the 8.2 for that. I really liked it. Again, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more contrast in dark and light. I would have actually liked to see who Dorothy was. You barely you kind of get to see it, but you kind of don't. Like, and then also like Fiero looked like Ryan Reynolds once he was strong man. So but whatever. And then again, I really needed that something impactful right at the end, like after her beautiful song, to just kind of like oh it's over, kind of ended. So okay. And but yeah, it was really all around great movie. I really liked this one more than I liked the second half of the theater show. So yeah, that was pretty good. And also I think the girl that did Alpha, she's got an amazing voice. Like it was beautiful whatever she did. And even when she did like Defying Gravity, that was amazing. I love that the ending was different from usual, and it was perfect. Anyway, so if you get a chance, go watch it. It's good. It's really good. All right, it is really good. Also, the costumes, oh my God, they were fantastic. Oh man. So anyway, go watch it. It's really good. All right. So yeah, check out any of my other ratings. And let me know if you agree with me. Or if I should change my categories a little bit. All right. Bye.